Hey heroes, the world is still talking about Superman and so are we. We just can't stop talking to each
Yep.
other about it. So we try to create what would be our negatives or what we want to see more out of
Mhm.
could have wanted to see more in the movie, want to see more coming out of it, right?
Yes.
Um Kyle, like opening thoughts. It doesn't have to be anything negative, just like what have you been seeing about Superman that you're just like,
So
yes.
a lot of
Yes.
things you see there's a few things you see at least that I've been seeing all over the internet. There's the Snyderbot troll rage baiters, which you just disregard those. Those
Yeah.
don't matter and they're quite
Yeah.
obvious. It's hilarious how
Yeah, we don't
obvious they
like
are.
those. We
Um
don't really like them. We don't respect it, but it's all right.
but what I also see is people
Actually,
bringing up
so sorry to interrupt that. The reason why I love that so much is that with 100% accuracy, every time I go into the comment sections of one of those rage bait videos, there's people with the Lex monkeys, like the gif of the Lex monkeys. Dude, it's yes. Like they're like, "Oh, glad you Snyder bots got a cameo in James Gunn's new Superman."
which like I've been hearing like that a lot of people's theory is that is his
Oh, dude,
portrayal of
yeah,
the Snyderbots.
100%. And I
Like
love and I
I'm
absolutely love
I'm
it.
here for it. The other thing I keep seeing is like talking about Jarrell and Lara L's message and how like it was almost like from like
Evil.
evil for lack of a better way to put it too. Like I would say it was closer to like the injustice message,
Yeah,
like
I actually have a whole thing that I wanted to say about that because I have been seeing so many people talking about the
Mhm.
message and being thrown off that his parents are evil, using those words exactly. Like, oh man, I don't know, I like the movie, but I didn't really like how James Gunn made his parents evil. And I really I'm with it. It's not good, but I really think that that's a misunderstanding of the message because to me at least Jor-El and Lara are scientists, right? So they're thinking scientifically. They're not thinking emotionally. Also, they're thinking in crisis mode, right? So we're about to be extinct. Our whole species is about to be extinct. You know. So do they tell him to make a harem? Yeah, that's not good, right? Not good. They tell him to kill anyone that gets in his way. Also yes. They tell him that he should be conqueror of the world, right? But I think that to the people on Earth, that's an evil point of view. But to Jor-El and Lara in that moment, it's just a realistic, pragmatic view. One, they wanted to save their son, so they were going to send him to somewhere where he would be king of the monkeys, essentially.
yeah.
Like they didn't like. I think one, they had a misunderstanding of how intelligent life was on Earth. They
Mhm.
just saw it from their computer screens, right? And we're like, oh, this is a world where he will just be the dominator. There will
Mhm.
be no there'll be no question about it, right?
Yeah, and they're like humanoid, Kryptonian. Their DNA is close enough where he
Yep.
could procreate.
Procreate, which is again a very scientific way to look at it.
Mhm.
Like they use the word harem, right, which isn't great. like,
Yeah.
but the idea that the last people on Krypton to send out a literal last, he's the last person of our genome that they would want logically for him to procreate to keep the species alive. That's the only point other than just saving their son, and that's a lovely emotional thing. But as
Yeah.
scientists, the point is to keep the Kryptonian genealogy alive, right?
And yeah, and the other aspect is they did tell him to be a beacon of good. While they did say if someone
They did say
disagrees, take
that.
him out. They were like they in their mind they were convinced that he would be nothing but beneficial to human society.
Yes,
And if any humans were to stand against him, that they're just not intelligent enough to see
right,
the
and that's what I think
benefits.
was their misconception,
Yeah.
right? But I think our misconception as the audience was that that was an evil plot of Jor-El's and Lara's. When what it actually was a last ditch failsafe of two scientists to save not only their son but
Their
their
species.
world. That's why usually Superman gets sent with a codex as well with Krypton's history and its culture and everything. The point is to save Krypton. You know
Mhm.
what I mean? To not let Krypton die. So yes, what they say is not cool, but it's also not such a far stretch You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
to
especially
like
for
to
two
conceive
heads
of.
of the science league of
It,
an
you know,
ultra advanced civilization.
yeah,
Like
like
we
they're
can't begin to think, like, imagine how their brains would
you
think
know,
about
like
these
I just don't
situations.
think it's
Like,
evil. Not cool.
yeah.
Yes. Like did they send him to basically be the injustice Superman? Like yes. But like also like I don't think that their intention was evil. I think their intention was to save the culture, the genealogy, and their
Their
son.
society,
You
yeah.
know what I mean? Like to like very pragmatically and very scientifically. You know, like me with no emotion involved. Like
Yeah. I do get people like complaining about it and that being a gripe though. Like, I
I
do,
get it.
totally
Yeah.
reasonable. Like,
Hmm.
definitely. Another one that I would have to say is a big one for me is Hawk Girl in general. Like, upon
Yeah.
further
Me too.
reflection, like, I kind of mentioned this in
Yeah.
the
We talked
first
about that a
episode.
lot.
Go check it out at Hosts4Hire podcast. But uh just that she was a nothing character. Like, they
Yeah.
didn't give her enough to do. They didn't give her enough expression. All she did was murder that president dude. It showed that she's ruthless. That's the only
Yeah.
takeaway
Which I
of the
liked.
character, which
But
is
like,
good,
yes,
yeah.
I agree
But
with
it
you that
is
that is
literally the
really the
only
only
character
takeaway.
takeaway.
Here's
Yeah.
one thing that I actually like somewhat about that. It gives me hope and an anchor point that they could like maybe easily retcon that. Kind of pull like a
Mhm.
War Machine before like War Machine actually came out, where they like can just like change her character up a little bit. Because there's
Mhm.
some things about it that I don't particularly like so much. One is that I don't think it's Shiara.
Mhm.
I'm catching Kendra Saunders vibes, which is like fine, but like just for me as like the fan, she's my favorite. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like I really, really wanted to see that like hardcore warrior priestess, which like they could still do. I think
Mhm.
because of the amount of nothing that she was in this. Like that's like an easy like change up.
That's
You know what I
interesting.
mean?
Yeah, it both disappointed me, but it also gives hope because it gives them a lot of leeway going
It
forward. They
does.
didn't lock
That's kind of where
themselves
my
into
brain is with
anything.
that.
Yeah.
Like they didn't lock themselves one way or another.
Still,
One
man, I
thing
still wanted more.
I
Cause like
agree with
after Aldous Hodge's Hawkman and how much we
you.
loved him, like there was a lot that like my brain needed her to be good because of how good that was. And now I'm
Yeah, I
disappointed
talked
that
to
we're
you
not.
about this
Yeah,
too, like way before. I don't know if we did it on camera, but like the fact that she's so young makes it so that I don't think an Aldous Hodge Hawkman is
will
possible,
ever
and that like
happen.
low key makes me not like her.
It's the best
Like,
part of the DCEU, in my opinion.
agreed,
It's
bro.
Pierce Brosnan and him.
Agreed.
That's
I'm
it.
I'm there with you. I'm there with you.
Let
But
us know
so
how you
there was
guys feel about
another
that movie.
uh content creator. His name is Nerd of Gold on TikTok. Go
Mhm.
check him out. He's got some pretty cool content specifically about Superman. But he brought to my attention actually that Hawkgirl's wings in certain scenes disappear. Like when they're in the JLA like building, when they're talking to Lois,
Yeah,
her wings aren't there, right?
like
I
like
I didn't
when
think of it
when
either until
she's
he
not
pointed it out.
fighting, her wings are just
Are gone,
gone.
right? So that like
Wow,
means a few
that's
things,
dumb.
right?
Hmm.
Like, that happens in the comics too.
Yeah, yeah, no,
Like
but
there's
like there was no
versions of her wings that are
explanation
like
of it. Like,
that.
I don't.
That is one gripe to me, but again leaves it open for like a
Mhm.
change. But mostly is that they're either retractable or they're magical, right? They can either retract or they're like based on some sort of magic. Um
Yeah,
both
kind of.
of those are not my favorite personal iterations. My
Yeah,
two favorite personal iterations are what you just said, Aldous Hodges, where it's like a metal suit that like, and it's like a Thanagarian like wingsuit,
nth metal suit. Yeah.
essentially, which just so sick. Or like from the JLA like animated like shows where they're just permanent. You know what I mean? Like she just has wings, like Angel from X Men.
Yeah,
You
but
know what
they
I mean?
just fold in.
Right? They fold in,
Like,
but they're always there.
yeah,
Like she's just a winged being.
yeah.
Uh, those are like my two favorite iterations. But again, that goes back to my favorite version of her being Shiara rather than Kendra Saunders. So like,
Mhm.
there's just kind of like a lot of my own personal dislike wrapped around the Hawkgirl character. That kind of like I don't know if it like made me not like her as much like when she was on screen. It made her screeches like I liked it the first time, didn't like it so much like the fifth time.
Yeah, the
You
second
know?
time even I was like, okay, but then
Yeah.
like when she just screeches for no reason, I was like,
Yeah. I
weird.
was like, okay, you don't have to do it every time. She's
When it's also like
fine.
announces her arrival, like, "Hey, I'm coming for you." Like, what?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You have no
Which I
stone.
guess is kind of cool.
Yeah,
Uh,
I guess yeah, because she's like, "I'm coming for you."
Here
But
is my so like Kyle and I, we thought, man, we were like, what could we have wanted more? Like, what could we like? What are the negatives? Like, right now, everything that we mentioned is so minuscule to like the story of the movie. Like less than like 5 minutes of screen time is like what we've been talking about so
truly,
far.
truly,
Like, is crazy how good this movie was with a 95% audience score, dude. Like, I'm so happy. I'm so happy that
we are
like
back.
one DC back, baby. We back, baby. But like two, that like all the negative comments are literally being drowned out by like a tsunami of positive ones.
Well, for
Like,
every one negative comment, you see 50 positive replies to
so
that comment
much so that it makes almost like, even though like there are people who have the right to not like this movie. You
for
know what I mean?
valid reasons.
Like
You know?
like that's totally fair. But like it's literally 5% of people, and it makes hearing any negative reviews sound so disingenuous. Does that make sense? Because it's like
Yep.
95% of people are like, fuck yes. And just you, like, just you don't like it. Like, it just doesn't make sense. It just doesn't hit. But with all that said, my final piece that, like, it's not even a gripe, it's something that I just wish would have happened instead, is that I wish that Crypto would have put up a bigger fight in the Fortress of Solitude.
Mm,
I love the version of Crypto that James Gunn made where like he's just like a bumbling dog, but just happens to have all this extraordinary power, but like in his heart and in his core, he's just a good doggo or a bad
yeah.
dog, like
Yeah. In
a
this
naughty
case,
dog.
yeah. In this case, yeah.
In this case, but I would have really liked to see in that moment when Lex, Ultraman, and Engineer infiltrate the Fortress of Solitude. I would have
Mhm.
liked to see that guard dog turn on. That like, oh, like you're not here for like fun, like you're not getting past me,
Yeah.
you know. And like I was talking about it with my brother, and he mentioned a cool thing would have been to like have Crypto destroy the Fortress of Solitude, almost like you're not getting anything in here,
Yeah.
like
Like
you're not making it out of here with anything, like
I'd
you're
rather
not getting
destroy
through
this
me,
place.
you're not getting anything out of here. And then they could have still had everything work out the same, where like Engineer could have like gone through the rubble of the computers, connected to it, still found the message, still decoded the message. Like everything could have been the same. I guess I would have just liked Ultraman to be the one to have to subdue Crypto, because Crypto is like not letting them
He's
through.
a super
You know
dog
what I
as
mean?
well. Like
Like Crypto
I
just
think
being like, no, like you're not making it past me, dogs.
yeah,
And then
I
Ultraman have to like
agree.
overpower him,
I think
essentially.
yeah, I
You know what
think
I
it would
mean?
have been amazing to watch like a lock in moment. Like he's
Yes.
like and then he like
Du-du-du. I'm with
cocks his head and then gets into guard
you.
dog
Exactly. Like
stance.
you're
Like
not friendly. Oh, like
that would
you're
have
not.
been like a chills moment. Like
Yeah,
that would have made
I'm
that
with you.
playful silly dog have a depth to it that it
Yeah,
doesn't have right now.
I'm I'm with you, because like,
That's
again,
really
that's
good.
my
That's a
favorite
good one.
version of Crypto, is like that, like I'm a dog and like everything, but like you ain't getting past me.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I am going to mess your whole world up. Like, also, I don't have the morals of Superman. I'll eat you.
Yeah, like I'm a
Like, I'll
dog.
rip
I
you limb from
don't
limb, dude. Like, I would have really liked to see that rather than the Engineer have like put the nanites around his head, and like
Yeah.
that like had basically like disoriented him and like taken him out. But like that's it, dude. What normally, how many negatives do we have to talk about
Especially
on
after
a
a couple
show
days
or a
of
movie?
ruminating.
Yeah.
Like we definitely come up with more
Let us
than
know, you
this.
guys. Do you agree with these takes? Would you have liked to see Crypto take on more of that guard dog moment, even if just for a moment? And then, like I said, everything could have worked out the exact same,
Hmm.
like through the scene. Also, what do you think about Hawkgirl's wings? That's a little weird. What do you like? What's your opinion on what it is? Do you think it's retractable? Do you think they're magical? Did you see anything that we missed that like maybe like leans it one way or another?
Or just
Please
in
let us know in the
general, yeah.
comments.
And just in general, if you've noticed anything that we haven't talked about in either
Yes.
episode, or if you have any takes of your own that you haven't heard mentioned,
Let
please let
us
us
know.
know in the
If
comments.
you
We'll talk
didn't
about
like this movie, please let us know. But please make sure that you don't just come with like the generic reasons that like don't sound like any actual.
We want specifics, all right? If you're
Yes,
gonna come at us,
I
we
guess that's
want
what I'm trying to say.
specifics.
Yes, tell me the specifics because like I want to argue with you.
Yeah. Well, guys, thanks for stopping by. We do appreciate it. We hope you enjoyed this episode. Stay tuned. We are going to go see it again this week and probably put out a
Yes.
part 3. It's so good.
Yeah, I think I'm going tomorrow with my dad. Actually,
Nice. Yeah, I'm going to go tomorrow with Dylan, I think.
I'm trying to see it with him specifically. But you guys, yes, stay tuned. There's going to be more content of Superman dropping, like more opinions. Maybe we'll find some more negatives, some more positives to talk about, right? And also, what is it? The 28th, Fantastic Four comes out.
Yeah, Fantastic Four comes out.
So please, please, please stay tuned. Like, share, subscribe at Hosts4Hire podcast, por favore, so that you can come and watch our episode on Fantastic Four. We are nervous, but we are hyped. It needs to stand up to this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like how unfortunate would it be if like that just flops after such a good movie?
Mm-hmm. But you know,
Marvel better watch out.
We talked about it before that I was more nervous for Superman. Now I'm more nervous for Fantastic Four than I was before because of how good this one was.
Yes. Agreed. I'm right there with you. Like it's got to hit it. It's got to at least hit. Like if it, I don't know, man. Like I'm nervous for the MCU. They're on a downtrend. Now the DC's on an uptrend. We've talked many times before.
We can never have both. We can't have both.
For some reason in the cosmos, like it just won't allow us like two coherent universes at the same time. So like I'm just so nervous. If you guys are too, let's talk about it in the comments. Talk about what you want out of Fantastic Four, and we will see you guys on the next episode.
Peace.